Good morning, everybody. It's Stephanie Cacris here, and I've just realised that I look a bit dark, don't I? I'm just going to turn my light on. No, that's not going to work. Hang on, I'll just turn my computer monitor brightness up. That's better. So, welcome to the start of another week. I'm Stephanie Cacris, and for those of you who don't know me, my passion is to help people to overcome all of their internal and external obstacles and to reach their full potential and to make their really big dreams come true and to stay balanced and centered and in a really great, healthy place while they do that. Yesterday was International Women's Day, and I'm still on a bit of a high this morning because I was one of the 86,000 people at the MCG in Melbourne last night to watch the final of the Women's World Cup in cricket. And it was an absolute miracle that Australia made the final. I won't go into it, but it was amazing that they even made the final, and then they brought their A game and they played absolutely brilliantly and absolutely smashed India, who were their opponents. So it was very much a fairy tale ending, and Katy Perry was the act, and she came on and did a pre-game ceremony before the game and sang 3 of her songs, and they had a tribute to women and to International Women's Day. And, you know, my husband said to me, even 10 years ago, would you ever have thought that you'd get 86,000 people to watch an international women's game here? And I said, absolutely no way. So I wanted to, you know, that the rise of women's sport is, and, you know, the equality in the popularity of women's sport, and you know, the equal pay, and, you know, a lot of improvement in the conditions and in the professionalism and in people taking women seriously, you know, is a reflection of our society, the paradigm shifting into more equality. And, you know, whenever I talk about women, and I always want to honor women, I also want to honor men too, because, you know, there are a lot of men that do a lot of amazing things in this world, and because they're men, I think that sometimes we kind of take them for granted. We think, oh yeah, they're men, so they should be doing those different things. But I still think it's important to take the time to honor men as well. And even my daughter said to me last night, the whole family came out for the event last night, and my daughter said to me, Mum, is there an International Men's Day too? And I said to her, I don't even know if there is, darling. I'm sure there would be, but I'm not sure. She said, well, I really hope there is, Mum, because men are just as important as women, she said. And I thought, well, that's a beautiful attitude that she's, you know, she's really acknowledging the equality of both genders in our world. So for me, I wish there wasn't any need for an International Women's Day or an International Men's Day, or for pride marches, or for anything like that. I love them, and it's great to celebrate our diversity. But I wish that it was in a celebratory way, rather than, we need to have these days to help with the equality movement. So on to the reading for the week, and it feels very prosperous this week. The energy feels quite upbeat. At the start of March, I said that I felt like March would be that we're shifting into January and February were very much a time of reflection and inner work and inner growth. And I felt like March was going to be more external rewards and growth and action. And it's slowly building up to that. And I feel like this week, for me personally, and I know that I'm feeling like a lot of you are feeling, I'm actually feeling like I'm ready to start really moving forward with some projects and things and getting some good things done for this week. So the first card I chose is from my own Higher Wisdom Parenting Oracle deck, which I've created to help parents to access their inner wisdom, to help to guide their parenting and to help with parenting their children. And the first card I've chosen, which is very much in line with what I've said, is gratitude. So this says, I practice an attitude of gratitude with my children. And gratitude is one of the most powerful practices that we can have in terms of the law of attraction principles. So when we really acknowledge and we're really grateful for all the things that we do have, then we attract more things that we want. So even though we're very abundant in this country, in the Western world, a lot of us are very abundant in many ways compared to people in the third world. You know, because we're so driven and because we there are so many opportunities, we often want more and more and more, and we can focus on what we don't have, and we can focus on the goals and all the things that we're looking to achieve. So this is a reminder to reflect and to really take stock and take notice and of what you do have and the loving relationships that you have, you know, that you have that you may take for granted that other people will give their right arm for. A beautiful soft bed to sleep in, you know, abundant product at the supermarket, you know, a lot of food available, and fresh air, you know, even just the most simple things, fresh air, you know, rain, tap water, running shower, all those kind of things. So so take a moment this week to reflect, and it's a great idea to write down a list of all the things that you're grateful for. Hi Yale, I can see that you're watching. Really nice to see you. So the second card that came up was the empowerment card. So this says, I encourage my children to come up with ideas to solve their own problems. So this card is about taking responsibility for your own actions and for yourself moving forward. So if you've been finding yourself a little bit in victim mode or a little bit in martyr mode, a little bit in woe is me, this is a reminder that you have the power to change your own situation. Okay, so this doesn't come with any blame or any resentment about how you've been doing life or what manifested in your life, challenges, etc. But this is about, you know, you have the power to be able to overcome any challenges, and it doesn't mean that you have to do it all on your own. You definitely reach out with some help if you need it, but it's reminding of the power in you. And I feel like this week in particular, you're going to be really shown and reminded of that power to overcome anything. Now, speaking of overcoming obstacles, one of the I haven't used this deck for a long time, but it came into my mind last night, and I thought I need to use that for the reading tomorrow. So this is the Ascended Masters Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And even though she doesn't believe in oracle cards anymore, I believe this is a really beautiful deck, and I believe that it was created with the highest of intentions, and I still love using it. I saw on a friend of mine who's an angel reader and a healer, and he does voice channeling of the angels. He posted on his wall last night that this is a very prosperous week, and that we're celebrating goddess Lakshmi, who is a Hindu goddess, and she's the mother of Ganesha, and you might know Ganesha as the remover of all obstacles. So I picked up the deck this morning to do my card reading, and you know, you tip the cards out of the box, and then the first thing that was actually on the bottom of the cards that was looking up at me as I tipped them out was Goddess Lakshmi, and I was just like, oh my goodness. So this is the flow of prosperity. So this is, I think that looks like it's got Ganesha in the background. So I put her aside, and then I went through the deck to choose another card as well, and I got Ganesh or Ganesha, which is her son. So the Lakshmi and Ganesha are both very powerful Hindu gods and goddesses. They both, Lakshmi is female, it's the feminine version, but Ganesha has both masculine and feminine energy. So although, you know, then I say that because I often refer to Ganesh as Ganesha, but then I was corrected by someone who said, No, it's Lord Ganesh, and it's definitely a masculine energy. So Lord Ganesh was Lakshmi's son. So I guess from that point of view, it's a male energy. But anyway, the point of it is, so Ganesh has a lot of arms. Is often depicted in different ways, sometimes with like 4 or 8 arms. And this is about managing all aspects of our lives and being able to juggle everything that the universe gives us. And Lakshmi, this is the flow of prosperity. And you can see Ganesha in the background, but you've got the beautiful lotus flowers here. And what I'm sensing is not necessarily that you will get a flow of prosperity in this week, although, you know, definitely don't dismiss that idea, because we're always open and welcome unexpected windfalls. But what I feel is that we're going to be starting, the word flow is what is really standing out for me here, and that we're going to be starting to actually move into flow and move into our divine essence, to move towards those actions that we're taking to make us more prosperous. Okay, so it's very much a lovely flowing momentum on its way for the week coming up, which is lovely, and moving on for the rest of March as well. Now, I wanted to also invite you to join a very good friend of mine named Ange. She is running a 5-day Goddess Venus self-love challenge in her group this week. It starts today. So it will be later this afternoon, Australian time, because she's in the UK, so it'll be her morning. And it's basically a 5-day self-love challenge. And it's particularly geared towards entrepreneurs who want to increase their visibility and increase their confidence with their work. And but it can be, anyone can join. But she particularly works with women who have really big visions, and she's had a lot of visibility issues herself, and she knows a lot about what she's had to do to overcome her own visibility. So she could never ever do a Facebook Live. She couldn't even post a selfie a couple of years ago, and now she's quite prolific with her lives, and she's really excited about running this 5-day challenge called Ignite Your Inner Venus, I think it's called. So if you'd like to join in on that, it's completely free. I'll pop the link in for you to sign up in the comments after I finish filming the live. And I was going to say something else about that. Oh, and then last night when I saw my friend's post about this week being a particularly prosperous week and Goddess Lakshmi looking over us, I felt like it was beautifully aligned with my friend doing this Venus challenge this week, because she was actually going to start it last week, but because of some family things that she had happen, she pushed it back a week, and it's ended up all perfectly. So remember to it's a perfect reminder to remember to trust in divine timing, and that if something gets delayed, even if it's delayed for years, don't beat yourself up. It has, that things need to be released, or things need to be created at the right time. And if you're trying to push something that's trying to be finished, or that's trying to happen before it's ready to happen, then you're just going to end up banging your head against a brick wall. So keep trusting. So just to summarize for the week, we've got the gratitude. So really be in a place of gratitude and being grateful for everything that you have and everything that you're achieving right now. And remember how much growth you've had. Empowerment. So the power is within you. I'm getting the Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz quote, which is, "You had the power all along, my dear, to get yourself to home." And then you've got Lakshmi's flow of prosperity, and Ganesha, which is saying yes to moving forward and to overcoming any obstacles. So I'm particularly a big fan of Ganesha because I had an archetype reading from a very amazing, beautiful lady a few years ago, and she didn't know anything about me. and she said that I was a Ganesha archetype, which means that I have a gift in helping other people to remove the obstacles that's moving them forward, and it really resonated deeply. So I have a little Ganesha on my inside on my buffet table with a few crystals, and it's gold and it's absolutely beautiful, and I really resonate with the Lord Ganesh energy. So that's all from me for this week. I'll pop the link to join Angie's Ignite Your Venus Challenge in the comments. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. And if you are watching the replay, I'd love you to pop in hashtag replay, say hello, let me know if this resonates with you, and have a wonderfully prosperous week. And as always, if you need any support, please let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you again next week. Bye for now.